if we add our words, I and Laila, we can't open the OneDrive. If we add our word in the midnight after the class, is there any problem? Because in the midnight the
It,
network is good in
yeah.
Afghanistan.
So here's what I have to say about that. And I did reply to your chat. You are welcome to add words anytime. So the goal is for us to have the chart filled out by the end of class on Thursday. So most students don't do it during class anyway. You know, we do other things in class. The taking note of the words you might want to add is what you could do during class time as I'm reading. So, but you can add the words and the sentence and the definition anytime, you know, before Thursday. I would also say that that would be true for anything else that you're trying to work on if internet is a problem to, you know, like for example, this morning, I'm going to have us do some writing. If the internet is a problem with you being online with me live and trying to write something at the same time, then, you know, you could either sign off and write and send me chats, or you could, if necessary, write at another time. I mean, it's, you know, we have a unique circumstance here where you have particular challenges that we just have to find ways to work around. So any ideas that you have are fine as far as how to get things done. That's, you know, that's just something that we're going to have to try and figure out, you know, at the moment. So don't ever worry about letting me know that the internet is a problem and therefore you can't see something, you can't write something at the same time. Just as long as we're communicating, that's fine. That's the goal. We just have to stay in communication so that I can help you best. You know, that's just, we'll have to deal with it as every situation arises. Morning, Marwa.
Okay, thank you, teacher. You're so kind, really.
Good morning,
We
teacher.
love
How
you.
are you?
I'm fine, Marwa. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Just waiting on people here. Okay, I'm going to start organizing my lesson here. Let's see. So Lucy, we read through chapter something. Look. We read chapters 6 through 9 yesterday, and I did record class if you're wanting to watch that. You can do that. Hi, Paula. So if you're wanting to watch the class and listen to the book, you can do that. We also did Monday the vocabulary quiz and another quiz. So
I should have the vocabulary quiz like into you today.
Okay. Let's see. Morning, Zura.
Good morning, teacher.
All right, let's see. So Paula, did you see on Signal that you have a lot of people that want to join the art club? You should take a look. Yeah. And maybe you and Sen and I can have a quick chat today about what you might want to do.
Wow.
I know. There's lots of artists in Afghanistan, apparently.
21 people.
Yeah. So that's good. Copy these in here. Done.
Miss Holden.
Yeah. Hi, Cassie.
When is the quiz one due again?
When is the quiz what?
Quiz one for 100 cents.
Yeah, that was due yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, when you can get that, because I'm right now copying the second quiz in for chapters 6 through 9. Hold on here, and we can talk about this again. So, you know, one of my teaching goals, which is the teaching goal for every teacher, is to make sure you understand what's happening in our case in literature, and what to look for and how to follow along in the story. And so when I do these quizzes and ask you to write paragraphs, there's multiple reasons I'm doing it. One is to check your comprehension, okay? Another is to check your English writing and to make edits where necessary in that. So there's several layers of meaning for when we assess students, right? So to me, in English, whether you're a native English speaker from the United States or you're not, and English is a second, third, fourth, fifth language, for some people that is the case, writing is a key component of what you're going to find yourself doing as you continue your education. So I ask for a lot of writing from you all. I'm not a multiple choice person most of the time, because you can get that in a different class. What I want you to learn to do is to read, speak, and write English, and become critical thinkers about the literature that you're reading. So that's what is happening here. So what does that mean? It means we can talk about some of these questions even before you write about them. Okay, it's not about my quizzing you and testing you and asking you questions that you can't answer, and and then not following up on it. I want you to be able to understand what we're reading in these stories. Those of you in this classroom, please go to OneNote. Okay, go to OneNote. Those of you that are using OneNote, go to OneNote. Those of you that are not, I'm going to send you questions. So this is quiz 2. And this is on what we read yesterday. Lucy, you can just take this whenever it is that you've read. You should be able to do quiz 1 through 5 probably.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one you can do when you're ready. Okay, so let me send this. I'm going to send this through the chat to the HBA Cobble English group. And you guys should be able to see the quiz already. Yeah, have your books out, because one of the things I ask you to do is include a quote. So Nazanin, I don't know if she's on, if Nazanin is there, had a question about symbols and whether the goal was always to relate a symbol. Is she there? Hang on a second, let me do. Oops, hold on. Let me just send this. I don't know why it always gives you number one, so ignore that, but let me see if I can change it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. So people in Cobble, if possible, please open a Word document in your folder and write your answer there so that we can edit. You'll notice, those of you, so in for vocabulary, and then I will be doing this also for the quizzes, quiz 1 through 5. Jeffrey, just give me your attention for a minute. Let me have all eyeballs up here for a second. Sen is helping me edit the English for people who have English as a second language. Okay, so you're going to find that we've edited the paragraphs you've written either in vocabulary or in which will be this in the quizzes for 1,000 Splendid Suns. Okay. The goal for this is to simply help you see what you've written in proper English. There may be a lot of edits, there may be very few edits. Okay. But the purpose, and it's really worth you going back and looking so that you can start to see perhaps the mistakes that you're making and the sentence structure that you haven't learned yet as you go along. Okay. So you will find in OneNote with the vocabulary, if we've edited, you'll find an edited section, okay? And that will also be true for these quizzes on 1,000 Splendid Suns. So for some of you in Kabul who have had to submit through Teams or Signal, I've been creating Word documents so that we can edit and then get them back to you. But it's worth taking the time to go back and look at the changes that we suggested so that you can see how it would read by writing it as if you were a Native American English speaker. Okay, so it's not about catching you where you're wrong. It's about helping you learn how to do it right. Okay. All righty. Let's see. It's nothing in you all. What have I got here? Oh, Nazanin is here. Okay, so Nazanin did ask me about symbols. And as we read this story, you're going to see symbols throughout that we'll talk about. She asked if symbols always had to relate to the protagonist. And they don't necessarily. Sometimes a symbol might simply be a symbol of an era or of a broader representation of what's happening. Like when we get to the part with the Bamiyan Buddhas, for example, you know, they symbolize something. So when we note symbols, and this is another interesting thing to remember. Do I have everybody's attention in this room? Okay, so remember how I said that the reader is as important as the writer in literature? That applies to symbols as well. So there might be something that you think of as a symbol within a story that I might not have noticed. But if you think it's a symbol of something, then it is a symbol of something, whether the author intended it or not. If it has meaning, then it is a symbol. And if you can say this symbolizes X, then you are not wrong. It is what you read into it. Okay, so there are some symbols that are fairly obvious. I would say Pinocchio is intended to be a fairly obvious symbol by the author, but there may be others that you catch that I don't, and particularly people in Kabul. I mean, there may be parts of the story that you understand better than we ever could. So when you're looking at symbols, there is a broad spectrum of what the possibilities are and what their meanings are. Okay, so as long as, again, you can support what you have to say about a symbol, identifying the symbol and what it means, then you are correct. Does everyone understand that? Yes, Paula understands it. Nodding, high fives. Okay. All right, so that's, you know, again, it's about reading thoughtfully and critically and really paying attention to what it is you're reading, which is what the goal is here, no matter what the story is. Okay, so I have sent the second quiz for 1,000 Splendid Suns. There are 3 questions again. 2 of them require full paragraphs, the third one a complete sentence. Okay, if you have questions on the questions, please ask. Okay, again, I'm not trying to catch you at not knowing something. I want you to think about it. You are always welcome to use your books. And in fact, you will be required in this case to use your book because you need to use a sentence or a quote from it to support your answer. This is, again, an opportunity for you to use evidence for what you have to say. Okay? All righty. Ben, you with me now? Nope, Ben's tired. Hey, you know, at least it's not whatever. Oh, see, it's not 7:30. This clock is really bad. Yeah, at least it's not 9 at night. Okay, let's see. Who am I missing? I gotta see who all I have on here. Okay. 2, 3 Buzz. Okay, Sean. Hi, Sean. You are on now. Sean, can I have your camera on? Because you shouldn't be having an issue with Wi-Fi. Thank you. If anyone in Cobble needs help creating a document, let me know. And I'm going to go right now and talk to Kristen about your sign-in information for the GradeLink, because a number of you have sent me messages that you're struggling to get in. So let me go find out from her what the usernames and school code and all that are, and I'll see if I can send it to you in a chat rather than in an email, which is how it came out to you. Okay. Okay, so kids in Cobble, I'm going to interrupt you for a moment. About the login in order to see your grades in GradeLink. I just talked to Kristen. It automatically sent an email to both your Gmail, your private email, and to your HighBluff email accounts. And in order to see your student login, you have to scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a little box that gives you the school login number, your student number, and then probably a temporary password. So if you are not seeing an email or can't seem to find it, you can send me a chat. But go back into your emails and see if when you scroll all the way to the bottom, the information that you're looking for is there.
Okay, teacher, it's good.
Okay.
Teacher, can I interrupt once?
Can you? Yes, of course. Go ahead.
You sent some message on the group. Should we answer them?
Yes, those are the questions I would like you to answer for chapters 6 through 9. And if you can open a new document in your Zura English folder to answer those questions in a Word document, that would be best.
Such a great.
Okay. Does everybody see, Marwa's giving me the thumbs up. So does everybody in Kabul see that I sent the questions through Teams chat?
Yep.
Okay. For anyone wondering how to do the MLA format for the quote, just look in the previous quiz where I provided a quote with an MLA format. This is again a guide for everyone. Make sure when you're writing your paragraphs, your first sentence is a complete sentence and that you use the character's name, like in this case, Miriam, as part of the sentence so we know who you're talking about. One way to check yourself in something like that is to see if you can understand the answer without ever knowing what the question is. Justin, just a small thing. Miriam's feelings about the Jaleel, you don't need the, right? Just need about Jaleel.
Teacher, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know who was speaking. Is it Zura? Do you have a question? She's frozen. Ali? Ali?
I'm here.
Okay, so in your first sentence, it's good, except you should say after Miriam went to Jalil's house in Herat, comma, her opinion about Jalil changed. So
Okay, got it.
use her first name in it. And after she went to Jalil's home in Herat is a fragment, so you just have to combine it with the second part.
Fine. Got it.
Teacher, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can't hear me. Oh, yes, I can't, no, it's funny. No, I think it's the synchrony issue. I can't see that that's been answered.
Oh,
So I was like, okay.
oh,
Okay, yeah, you need help finding.
okay.
You doing okay? And you good? Paula, I like your first. Miriam could smell him even before she saw him. No. Blah. Mm. Miriam.
Teacher, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Teacher, today I'm not able to type.
Okay. Okay. That must be very
Teacher, I'm
frustrating.
like this one.
Oh no. Oh no. What's
Yeah, teacher.
why do you have an IV? Are you in the hospital?
Not, yeah, sure, actually I am.
Yes. Zura. That's terrible. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I will create a document in Word for you, and I will put the questions in for you to answer down the line when you can type. Okay?
Mm,
Okay.
yeah, sure. Thank you that
All
you
right. It's
can.
9:00. You're welcome. How close is, but people still seem to be kind of working on number 2, right? Because we could do some reading, but let's see. Let me make that for you, Zura. Okay, Zura, I've created it, and I'm going to share it in a chat just so it's easy to get at. But you just don't worry about it until you are better. Zura, if you need to sign off from class, I understand that. You don't have to stay on there being miserable. It's up to you. No.
Sure. Excuse me,
Yes.
I
Yes.
couldn't catch your speech.
Okay. If you need to sign off from class, you may.
Thank you,
Since you
teacher.
okay. I feel better. Let me know what's going on with you. Okay. You can send me a chat with one hand. Type with one hand. Okay.
Whenever.
Okay. Okay. All right. You know, Alexander is sick too.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's funny how everybody's sick across the whole world.
It's probably because it's
Good
cold
hearing.
season.
Yeah, probably because it's cold season. Yeah. Lucy's sick too. Don't make me sick, people. I have to go to New Zealand. Don't make me sick.
Oh, okay. Teacher, I
Yes.
should send the answer in team.
It would be better if you wrote it in Word in your folder. Have you typed your answers? And then you're
Yes,
wondering
teacher,
where to.
I type.
Okay.
But I typed them in my note. Now
In
I
your
should put
notes.
them in the folder. In the folder.
Yeah, you can put it in. You mean you typed it on your phone? Did you type it on your phone? In your notes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. You can just send it to me in Teams and I'll put it in your folder for you.
Okay.
That's fine. So you can just send it just to me in Teams.
Oh, okay, teacher. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
When should I send them the answers, teacher?
Whenever you can type, Zura.
Oh, great, teacher. Thank you that you can understand my situation.
I do understand your situation. Okay, I got yours, Fariba. Is everybody else still working on their answers or are you finished? Finished. Finished. Still working? Still working? Yeah, okay.
Teacher, can I?
Yes.
Okay, teacher. In answer to your second question, and it was about the first feeling that Mariam had against the Rashid. So actually, my answer is something else because I write this question in many website, and that I get something different from my answer. Also, I send the answer that I uh, collect them from many website, and I send the second answer for you too. And actually, it is amazing, and I don't know which one is right.
Okay. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, you just did them. You just sent them backwards. That's fine. So you found this answer, the one you sent me last. You found that online?
Yes, teacher. I researched about the 1,000 explained
Yes.
sand in the many websites, and then I collect this information, and I don't know which one is the right one, but it
So
is amazing
yeah,
because I think that the Maryam scared from the Rashid, but in here the writer say that no, the Maryam was surprised about the eyes of Rashid and also about the beauty of Rashid, and I don't know.
no, I think you're right. I think she's scared of Rashid. Yeah. So I don't just take what you think from the book rather than what somebody else on the internet thinks. Okay. So it's not always right what's out there. And also, it's not what you read into the story and what we talk about in class. So rather than researching what somebody else thinks online, just answer it yourself. Your answer is fine. I think you're right. The smell of cigarettes reached Miriam, and she saw the tall man. But when she saw him, big round face, his beating fast, Miriam was afraid of Rashid. I agree that she was afraid of Rashid. So I prefer your
Yeah,
answer
also.
to the long fancy one. So yes, I want you to just answer what you think, what you see, what you read, what you hear from our class discussions.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, let's see. Let's see what you got there, Ben. I'm gonna spy on Ben's answer. So, Ben, your first question, I don't think you need the Miriam's feelings, right? Just Miriam's feelings. Yeah. All the oh, poor things, they're all sick there too. Oh my gosh. Ben, there's a few tweaks in your English for your first answer, but it's a very good answer. I'll fiddle with that later, but your answer's excellent. You're finished? We have about 3 minutes left in class. Does anybody have any questions? Before the class is over? Here's okay. We'll do some more reading tomorrow. There are so many sick people. I'm not going to give you homework to read if not that many people can do it. All right, everybody. If you're not finished, then that's what your homework is. And if you are finished, then you haven't got any except to add words to the vocabulary lists. We're on vocab 7. If you haven't added your words, add words to vocabulary 7. Okay. And tomorrow we will do some reading in class. So if students can't attend tomorrow because they're sick, I will record class. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
teacher,
thank you, Ellen.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Feel better.